Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
It ain't the type of place to raise your kids. As a matter of fact, it's cold as hell. And I say that with affection. I'm not sure where I saw it earlier today. It might have been Cap saying, as far as he's concerned, you can take Philadelphia, play that game in London, you can play it in Mars, and I tend to agree. Duval's too good of a city. There's too many good people here. Right? One of these days, I'm going to run for politics. I'm going to come into your homes. I want to hear about you and your story. And along the way, I'm going to tax the rich and feed the poor. But keeping Philly out of here is a good thing. It is. Remember back in circa, what was it? Van Halen 1, Van Halen 2, and then they came out with, I'm guessing, very late 80s, Women and Children First. It was their third LP. Hey, kids, there was actually a time when we listened to the entire album, got up, flipped it over, and listened to the backside of the album. I'm telling you, I know it's rare. I know you can't understand that. But, hey, just letting you know that that's the way it once was. And Women and Children First. Women and children need to be nowhere near a Philadelphia Eagles fan. Nowhere even close to them. Okay? And I want to leave it at that. I got in trouble, some may say, with Mississippi fans a couple of years ago. By the way, brilliant or gutless by Lane Kiffin to come out after the fact and just ignite an inferno on the state of Mississippi. I'll let you tell me that. We may get into it a little bit later on in the program. We also may not get into it a little bit later on in the program. But as far as I am concerned, you didn't need Philadelphia here. You didn't need to get in any fist fights and throw hands and get thrown out of the stadium. And, well, if you do get thrown out and you get arrested, of course, our founding fathers here, they put that jail with a phenomenal view, okay, of the St. John. So if you spend a night in there, it may not be as bad as perhaps in other places. So you have that going for you. But Philly and London's fine. Houston, well, that's another story. That is bad news. And there's no way to cover that up. I don't care how much of a company man you are. I don't care what you are gonna say, told to say, not told what to say. I mean, it stinks. There's no other way to get around it. It feels like it's Houston and Jacksonville. It's Jacksonville and Houston. They're going to play for the AFC South, and it's already going to be really difficult around here with only 6 home games. But drawing Houston is bad business. It is. And you're just going to have to overcome it, right? I mean, I think you can honestly make the case. Jacksonville was a better road football team than a home football team a year ago, right? Would you agree with that? Would you disagree with that? They had the bad call that went against Travis Hunter, where he did have his head turned around. Again, pass interference is something that is never going to be completely figured out. It involves human error, and thank God the CBA was reached between the NFL officials and the NFL. That's the last thing that anyone out there needed, even though they are going to be constantly criticized by NFL fans. You need the regular referees to be there, and they will. They have signed a 7-year extension. I know a lot of people go away, vacations, this, that, whatever. You may have missed it. That's good news. But, you know, the difference between college and pro, you can get involved with your hands in the NFL. You can't in college. You can only do it in the NFL if you turn your head around and look for the ball. And that's exactly what Hunter did, although it was a tad bit late. Okay, I think we learned right there that certainly Michael and Jordan rules did not apply for Travis Hunter, at least early on. during his rookie season. But anyway, they win that game. And that was the, unforgivable penalty by it was Odega, right? It was Chad Odega. Didn't he get a hands to the face? Trevor picked up a first down on his feet, then he completed a pass, and they were in range for the nuclear weapon. They were. But anyway. And then, of course, we saw what happened in Houston. I mean, you're up 19 and you blow it. So, listen, there's nothing you can do about it, okay? Instead, what you get, and this just fires me up. I know it fires you up as well. Consecutive weekends with 9:30 a.m. football. 9:30's toe meets leather. I mean, I don't know what it's going to be for you. Maybe Bloody Marys. Man, I'm still trying to get the formula for the Bloody Marys that are made at the Blue Crab House. They are absolutely, positively the best around. I put it on Twitter a couple of weeks ago when I went out to, where the hell did I go again? I went to the Dominican Republic. Still haven't gotten over it. 5:30 a.m. going with the Bloody Mary. Okay? That was on the plane. I put it on Twitter. It was right there. I fly first class simply because I like the free drinks, not because I'm wealthy. Okay? I did not play golf today at Glenkernan. I just do it for that very reason. And also, if there's a connecting flight, there's been times before where if you're in the 30th or the 40th or the 50th row, I mean, is there anything really worse where there's more of an embarrassment of your neighbor, your friend, your newly acquainted, whoever it may be to the left or right of you, than exiting an airplane? I mean, it's some of the rudest, what have you. And can you imagine like a plane full of Philly fans coming in? And if you happen to be, locked in with them. So anyway, but no, Bloody Marys, 9:30 a.m., kick time. All right. 11th day of October in Tottenham. It's going to be Philadelphia. 1 week later, you get Houston in Wembley. Okay. The experts are saying, and this is actually the math. They're not saying it. This came out via what they threw into the computer. And they spit out the fact that even though the Jags have a first-place schedule, they actually have the 11th easiest schedule this year in the NFL out of the 32 teams. The problem is Houston, Tennessee, and Indy, they're even easier. So the AFC South, and that's what's crazy about all of this. I mean, you give it the eye test, and, we've already done it. I haven't gone through the games yet because we haven't seen the dates, even though I'm getting more and more as far as people telling me that this is going to happen, that's going to happen. I respect the process. I do. I'm not going to spit out games, and I'm not going to do that tomorrow night as well. If something looks like it is absolutely automatic, maybe I'll let it out. But I'm not going to go on hearsay. And I'll tell you that I think 5 out of the last 6, 5 out of the last 7 years, I've had someone send me the entire schedule before I went on the air. But the NFL doesn't want it done this way. And I really don't care about the NFL. I do care about the Jags. And I cared about their PR staff. And if they don't want it out and released before, then I'm going to respect that particular part of the situation. But 11th easiest schedule overall when it's said and done. So obviously we're going to collect a lot of your thoughts. These games shouldn't surprise you. They've been rumored for quite some time. Ryan O'Halloran joined us a night ago. He nailed both teams. It's going to be a situation where there's a lot of inconvenience for you. And that's going to be the deal with 6 home games here. And let's be honest about it. It's 6 home games over the next 2 years. Because in 2027, you are going to be playing in Orlando. And, the end game is going to be incredibly beneficial. I mean, it's going to be outstanding when this thing is set. when this thing is put together. But in the time being, and I'll never use the P word with you, I will absolutely, positively, it's one of the 7 words that you're not allowed to use in radio. I'd like to add an 8th word right here in Duval, okay? It's the P word. Patience. Don't ever tell a Jaguars fan to be patient, okay? You've been patient for going on 32 years. So I'll never do that. I just threw it out there, so I didn't want you thinking that it might have been something else. Or maybe I was going to throw out a peace, peace and love and peace and love. And let's get all together and have a good time. And I'm all for that. I mean, I kind of wish I was a hippie back in the 60s of the counterculture and, tin soldiers and Nixon's coming. I mean, that would have been great, but I'm not. I'm here. And this is where we are. Bowden Road, the home of the Jacksonville Jaguars for the next couple of hours. All right, we are jam-packed tonight. I'm so excited about this show. Have you an opportunity to air out whatever it is that you're feeling about these 2 games in London? I made the point about 2028, and I mentioned this before the 30-year lease. It fell on deaf ears. I would have loved this city. I would have loved the leaders of this city to have approached the Jaguars and said, we're going to do everything we can. We're going to tax the people of Jacksonville. We want a new stadium. We want you here. However, London is over. London is done. Now, at the time, I didn't know that we would be heading to a situation where we're going to have 18 games and all 32 teams are going to be playing, internationally speaking. So I guess that would have been a waste of time, right? 1 is acceptable. I would like that 1 to be perhaps a road game in the future, right? I don't want 2. You don't want 2. Certainly don't want 3. And I think that is a real possibility next year with the games being played in Orlando. I think that is a real possibility. Okay? But once everything's put together and it's 2028, 1, the league minimum. 32 teams play 1. Jacksonville plays 1 and end it there. That would be what I think you would want most. Just throwing my opinion out there as I do each and every night. Again, there's several ways you can reach us on the program. 641-1010 brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. That's our text line. And as well tonight on YouTube, 1010XL into the night. All right, John Osher's going to join us at 7. We're going to talk the PGA Championship coming up at 6:37 tonight. Rory's got a blister. He only played 3 holes yesterday. My God, Rory. Grab an ice cold Guinness, keep the finger, keep the blister on the bottom part of the bottle. Okay, not the top. That gets hot. Keep it cold. You don't want to put heat on a blister. You want to keep it ice cold. Then reach deep into the, you don't need a tourniquet. You just need a Band-Aid. All right, Rory McIlroy's playing some outstanding golf. How about Scotty Scheffler? Last year's champion at Quail Hollow. He has 3 consecutive runner-ups. Remember what he did Sunday at Augusta. Problem with Scotty Scheffler? Man, he starts slow. He can't get it done on Thursday. He struggles on Friday. And I say struggle considering his game. Not everyone on the PGA Tour in their game. I'm talking about Scotty Scheffler's game. Look at his marks. Look at his rounds. Thursday, Friday, and then look what happened Saturday and Sunday. And we'll talk about all the others as well. Actually, 6 living individuals who have won multiple PGA championships, including 3 who will actually be playing in this event coming up this weekend. That includes Brooks Koepka, who won in 2018, 19, and 2023. JT won in 2017 and in 2022. And Rory McIlroy. Remember the drought that he had that lasted forever. He won in 2012. He also won at Valhalla back in 2014. Most believe the winner is going to come from perhaps those two. It could be others as well. I mean, Cameron Young, Ludwig Oberg, who's missed both cuts. Certainly the way that Matt Fitzpatrick is playing. I think it's going to be just a phenomenal PGA championship. So all that's coming up. Tonight's show brought to you by the good folks over at Shmunez Vision. All right. I always say all the time, when you wake up, your eyes are much better than when it is the end of the day. Well, I hope so. And for those of you that are excited about football at 9:30 in the morning, that won't be a problem. But if there happens to be a primetime game, if something happens to come down, how are your eyes at night? I'm just asking, okay? Make an appointment. Go to Shmunez Vision. You're talking about 37 years worth of experience when it comes to surgery. If you believe laser eye surgery is what you want, just imagine that. Never having to go fish for your contacts or your readers, or you fall asleep in your contacts. And they're just sensational. They're out in Ponte Vedra Beach. They've been in business for quite some time. Dr. Neil Shmunez, Dr. Catherine Shmunez, Dr. John Hunt. That is Shmunez Vision. All right, jam-packed right here on this Wednesday. It's great to have you with us. JJ LaSalva is here. My name is Rick Ballou. We call this Into the Night.
May I speak?
You have my permission.
My sensors indicate the presence of aliens.
How many?
1010XL.
This is imperative.
Imperative indeed!
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
Got a dent or a scratch that needs fixing? San Jose Collision in Mandarin offers expert auto body repair and works with all insurance. Family owned and locally trusted. San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
In the heart of Gator Nation, a voice rises above the roar of the swamp. Take time out with Patrick Young, Friday mornings at 8:30, tipped off by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and Kuhn Flowers on 1010XL.
Hey, I've got that craving again. How about some Mr. Chubby's wings?
Have you had the Chubby style wings? Grilled to perfection with Chubby's secret seasoning.
You know I have. They are so delicious. I swear you can't find anywhere in town with better wings and better prices on drinks.
So many different specials each night, too. Well, I'm ready to chub it up again.
Me too.
See all their specials at MrChubby'sWings.com. Locations on Fleming Island, the West Side, and Ponte Vedra Beach. Mr. Chubby's Wings. Before the game, after the game, and during the game.
You've always known Beard's diamonds for, well, our diamonds. But have you heard about our watches? Beard's is proud to introduce a new and exciting selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex timepieces. If you've tried to find a Rolex these days, you know how hard it is. But Beard's has scoured the country to put together an incredible selection of pristine Rolexes, thoroughly inspected and fully authenticated. These are like new Rolexes, all the most popular models, GMT Masters, Submariners, Sky Dwellers, and more. Come in today and check out our new collection of amazing timepieces. And if you have a Rolex to sell or trade, Beard's buyers are here with top dollar offers. Beard's Diamonds, always looking for new ways to give our customers the finest quality and the guaranteed best value price. Locally owned and operated for more than 4 decades, Beard's is your trusted source for fine diamonds, exquisite designer jewelry, stunning engagement rings, and now the finest luxury pre-owned Rolex watches. Come find the Rolex of your dreams now. Beard's Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center.
Hi, Frank Frangie here, inviting you to join my wife and me June 22nd of 2027 as we experience the food, wine, and culture of iconic Italy with Colette. Our journey takes us to historic cities and enchanting medieval towns. We'll enjoy a wonderful 7-night stay in the Montecatini Term A famous resort and spa town nestled in the heart of the rolling hills of Tuscany. Visit the cultural treasures of Florence, Pisa, and lovely Lucca. Along the way, we'll discover the food, wine, and old world charm, and even have a special chef-led cooking class. This and so much more. Colette handles the details, flights, hotels, meals, and the local experiences. Your only job is to have the time of your life. Don't miss joining my wife and me in Italy. Now, to learn more, visit 1010XL.com or call Colette at 800-581-8942.
Come away with me.
That's 1010XL.com or call Colette at 800-581-8942.
Mortgage rates have dropped. They're expected to move lower. Home sales momentum is building. So now's the time to get your home ready to maximize your sales price. It's time to call Chad and Sandy, the proven experts to sell your home. Maybe you have concerns about putting your home on the market and getting it sold. Well, let me alleviate those for you. There's a real quick solution. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold or they will buy it. Call 414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com. You'll find out for yourself. Chad and Sandy, the local real estate experts I trust and recommend with the sale of your home or mine. Using their proprietary Market Max system, Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Anthony and Mary in Palmco said, we needed to sell our home to move closer to family, but low cash offers weren't cutting it. Since we'd only bought a year earlier, options felt limited, but not for Chad and Sandy. Call Chad and Sandy today, or log on to chadandsandy.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Packed my bags last night, pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m.
Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
As a kite by then.
I guess I'm not surprised, but some disagreeing with me. They wanted Philly right here in Jacksonville. I don't disagree. It's easier to win here. I'm not going to disagree with that point. But again, I'm just talking about the, the crowd around you. One of the most interesting, I believe, choruses in rock and roll history. And the reason why, when he goes, Rocket Man, you have any idea what he says after that? I mean, everyone sings it, but do you actually know the words?
I don't. I remember I used to, I actually looked it up, but no, I don't.
Rocket Man burning out his fuse up here alone. I mean, my guess is that 99% of our listeners are right now like, what?
Rocket Man burning up his fuel out there alone.
Burning up his fuse.
Fuse.
Right. Yeah. Rocket Man burning out his fuse up here alone. I mean, who knew that? We all know Mars ain't the type of place to raise your kids. In fact, it's cold as hell. I miss the Earth so much. I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space. But then you get to the Rocket Man. Everyone looks at their buddies. They're drinking beers and doing shots. And you just, I mean, think over the years, some of the things that have come out of people's mouth that are not burning out his fuse up here alone. It's great. It really is.
It's like, what's the song? Wrapped up like a deuce in the middle of the night.
Written by Bruce. Manford Mann took it to number one. You know the history of that song. There we go. Give it to us, Elton. You're crazy. The hats, the toupees, the outfits. You know the story about Manford Mann and what was the name of the song you mentioned?
From who?
Blinded by the Light. What was the song you just said?
Oh, Wrapped Up Like a Deuce in the middle of the night? Yeah.
That's not Blinded by that. That's what? That is Blinded by the Light. Do you realize that Bruce sold that song to Manford Mann for like $50K? It was like ridiculous. Okay. He also took Spirits of the Night from him, which is a really early Bruce Springsteen hit. And let me save the remainder of the story after we hear the chorus right here. We got to hear burning out his fuse up here all along. Sing it with us, people. I don't care where you are. Don't look at the ladies on Lane Avenue.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man that think I am at home. Oh, no, no, no.
Here she comes.
Rocket Man. Burning out his fuse out there alone.
Ah, there you go. Win a bar bet. Rocket Man burning out his fuse up here all along. But anyway, as great as Bruce Springsteen has been, mega hit after mega hit, He's never had a number one.
Wow.
He's never had a number one hit. Manfred Mann, who took Blinded by the Light, went all the way to number one. How incredible is that? Okay, I mean that's I don't even know what you
That's
compare
their
it
only
to.
hit, though, right?
Well, yeah,
I
they had
don't
a
know
couple of
anything else
others.
they've done.
Right. I mean, Spirit in the Night is another one they took from Bruce. But anyway, some pretty bizarre stuff there. So if you have
That's a fun fact.
any other songs, lyrically speaking, that you'd like to add to the program, I mean, I always look at songs and listen to songs, and there's a few changes that I would love to make. Like, and Bob Dylan wrote All on the Watchtower, which probably the best version is Jimi Hendrix. And he says, Plowman dug my earth, right? I always thought it was Proud Man stole my herb, okay? And I thought that would have been better.
Which could apply.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely. The other one is Bob Seger, and if you look at Like a Rock, sometimes late at night, I mean, it's late at night, when he's staring at the firelight, right? It should be sometimes late at night when I'm baked by the firelight.
I think you've told me that one before. I absolutely love that.
Come on, Bob. You're a
Be
rock
better.
and roller. We know you've done a doobie here and there before. Just come right out and say you're baked by the firelight. It's much better. So anyway, we all add words here and there to songs. If you got one for us, please let us know. Tonight's show is brought to you by the good folks over Alexander Law Practice. I mean this in all, I'm totally sincere when I say this. There have been some really bad situations around here lately. There's been some bad accidents, and I hate it. It can ruin a family, it can crush a family, and it's amazing. Most accidents, you're the victim. Most accidents, it's not your fault. It's careless drivers on the other side, especially now with everyone driving with the cell phone. If this has happened to you, and you're up against it right now, you feel like you're all alone, you're scared to call a law firm because you figure they're going to charge me all this money and I just can't afford it. That's not the deal at the Alexander Law Practice, okay? 0 consultation fee, 0 retainer fee. The phone call, getting a hold of them online at Alexander Law Practice, you're not going to be charged a cent. You're never going to come out of pocket. Then you get with Rick Alexander, who deals directly with every single one of his clients. Okay? And that really says something. You get the man that the practice is named after. That's not always the case. If you go other places, fine practices all over. But in this case, you're going right to Rick Alexander. So, car accident, car's totaled, you're physically wounded, you don't have any place to go, right? Wrong. Alexander Law Practice. Set yourself up today for a consultation. 400-6600 is the number, but I always do recommend that your best bet is to go straight online at alexanderlawpractice.com. All right, we'll talk more about the schedule coming up in a little bit. Did you see any of Skeens last night when you got home?
I watched the whole thing, man. He started out 6 Ks in a row, all right? And I instantly texted Frank, of course, our resident Pirates fanatic. And I'm like, what a freak. Not realizing he's about to go 7 more innings,
Right.
6 more innings of scoreless 2-hit baseball. At one point, he had like a perfect game, except for a hit by pitch. I mean, I just want them to leave him in there for one complete game. Because you know what's crazy? He didn't even have the best outing last night. This guy, Bailey Ober, I forget how you say his name, but he was for the Twins, had a Maddox last night, which is a complete game shutout in under 100 pitches.
And he was like 1-5 going in. It was incredible. And, I was following along the way until I got home. Skeens, his first 12 batters, 11 first pitch strikes.
That's the key.
I mean, and you look at what he did. 10 strikeouts. He only allowed 2 flyouts. Okay, 7 ground ball outs, 2 hits, 0 runs, 0 walks. He has not walked a batter in a month. He has not walked a batter in 35 innings. He has not walked a batter in 123 batters. And now, after last night making his 64th start, he has an earned run average of 1.97. Dude, that's Bob Gibson, Sandy Koufax type
And
type
in this
stuff.
era, it's crazy. He has given up 3 earned runs in his last 5 starts combined. 3 earned run and 5 starts combined. You see guys give up 3 earned runs in an inning every day. He's absolutely, and, you know, at the beginning of the season, his struggles were his command a little bit. Like, when I say struggles, it's all relative with him. But when he's finding the strike zone at the beginning of the count, like you said, these batters have no freaking chance. No. When they get in an 0-1 hole even, it's like a wrap.
It's fun to watch. It is. We see Jacob Mizorowski going tonight, 7 fastest pitches ever recorded.
Yeah.
41 of his 90 last outing were plus 100. You know, he got up to 104 miles per hour. The Florida State kid, Parker Messick, another incredible outing today. He goes to 5-1.
The Indians guy?
Yeah, with a 235 earned average and an ERA, a whip of 0.99. And then you have Ohtani, who's going to go tonight. Again, that's a late start at 10:10.
And they need a good start from him because the Dodgers, for the first time in 90 years, have lost 4 straight games by 4 runs or more.
Boy, I wonder what the bet is on that. Losing 4 in a row is pretty tough to do in Major League Baseball, certainly when you're a 2-time defending World Series champ. And then finally, Cal Raleigh was 0 for 36, and then last night he was 0 for 2, so he was 0 for 38. But after the game on Monday, he showered with his uniform on to try to break the slump.
And got 2 hits.
So, anyway, a lot of good stuff going on in baseball, but I understand this is a football town. It's also a golf town. When we do return, let's preview the PGA Championship. Jaguars fans, John Osher is coming up at 7 o'clock. We'll talk to him about Jaguars rookie minicamp this past Saturday and get his thoughts on the schedule, which, of course, will be released tomorrow night.
Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Picture this. Steaks on the grill, drinks in hand. Your crew gathered around a brand new outdoor kitchen. CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living makes it happen. From kitchens to fire pits, they do it all. CSSFireplaces.com. You dream it, they build it.
It's golfing season, man. When it comes to Live Forever Golf, it's Live Forever together forever with me. The fit's absolutely fantastic. So comfortable. And I say this coming from a guy who has spent 40 years buying golf apparel. Everything from polos to shorts, belts, hats, any accessory. When you go to liveforevergolf.com, you're going to see the new drops. You're going to see the deals. You're going to see all the advantages. Join the liveforevergolf.com nation. Shop today at liveforevergolf.com.
All right, here we go. Jacksonville summer is around the corner, and the heat is bringing the pressure early. Your AC takes the field. It's trying to hold up the weight. Warm air, weak airflow. The system's in trouble. Time to make the call. Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Experienced AC techs, honest pricing, and they'll get it done right the first time. And here's the play right now. Take $500 off the total price of a new AC system during the Memorial Day promotion. That's how you stay cool and win the day. When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
Hacker here. How many of of you remember hearing about 40 by the 4th last year? Thought about making the call to Awaken 180 and then didn't? Then Independence Day rolled around, you hadn't lost a pound, kicking yourself for not pulling the trigger when you heard the ad. I've been there on plenty of other stuff in life, so no judgment, but here's the difference this year. Awaken 180 just launched Reclaim, a 10-week plan with a real start, a real finish line, and one clear goal: 40 pounds by the 4th. Not eventually, 10 weeks mapped out, and then free support for life. You all know my results with Awaken 180. You can have the same. Celebrate Independence Day 40 pounds lighter, cold beer, and a burger in hand, thanking yourself that you made the call to Awaken 180. And you won't be the only one. Hayes has a buddy jumping on board, and our sales guy Greg just told me he is making this his year. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
I'm the thread that's already inside the house. In the closet, under the bed, in the car. But I don't want your money or your TV. I can't be scared away or negotiated with. I'm patient and quiet. I don't sleep. You can't call the cops on me. You can't even see me. I'm the threat of family fire. And as long as your guns aren't stored securely, I'll be there. Protect your family. Secure all your guns. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
All right, it is our second major. It begins tomorrow morning at 6:45 a.m. 156 golfers trying to win the 108th PGA Championship. Let's go to Cimarron. Let's go to the Wild One, right down 210, bringing our buddy Rick Shoemaker. Does an outstanding job, certainly at Cimarron Golf Club and also here on 92.5 FM with Rick Ballou. Hey, Rick, how are you?
I'm fantastic, and happy to talk about the unofficial third major.
Right.
That's about to happen.
Yeah, it's I this one screws me up more than any. I mean, there's been so much talk here about March and May with the players, but the PGA Championship to me always defined August, and then maybe you leave golf alone a little bit because football season is here.
Yeah.
And that's not the case now with the event being obviously coming up beginning tomorrow morning.
No, absolutely. And I think what's going to be interesting is the PGA, they're renowned for these 20 under winning scores. And I'm looking at this golf course, and it's hard to figure out what is going to post as the winning score.
Yeah.
I'm very confused when I look at it. You know, they talk about forgiving fairways for these undulations. So it's going to be very interesting. I think it's a complete swag to guess what the winning score is.
Yeah. And there's no doubt about 180 bunkers. You said it. Apparently it is forgiving off the tee. Not as bad as, what we've seen at some other places. But, around here at the Players, you always hear that you're going to have to use every club in your bag. Everything I've read about this year's PGA Championship, Rick, is that it is a second shot golf course. What's your opinion on that?
Well, look, I think it absolutely is in the form of the undulations and putting it on the right side of the pin and those things. I know Gil Hans, I was listening to his interview in depth just last night, and he is about second, shot golf courses, and he renovated this thing. So I do think there's a touch of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bet he says he renovated it to Donald Ross's original drawings. I do think it's going to come down that, but ultimately I think the flat stick is going to make the difference.
Right. And that's the terror here. I'm told that this golf course, as far as the greens, I mean, just bizarre type of breaks, hills, etc. I mean, this is going to be anything like the PGA Tour players have seen so far this year on their schedule.
No, 100%. And so I think, I'd have to go back and look at putting stats. Who has the least amount of 3 putts? That's probably a big stat looking at this, right? The ball striking, putting in the fairway, not putting in the fairway, I think is going to be obsolete. I think the distance, although they're saying it's the shortest course since last 7 or 8 years for the PGA, also something like that.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting. I still think you got to go with Scotty Scheffler, right?
Yeah.
I think he's in the top 3. Rory had an up and down over at the Truist event. But there'll be some guys sneak up. Cameron will probably be there. He's playing well. And my gosh, how about that other Fitzgerald brother?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
There's no question about it. As Rick Shoemaker pointed out, this is a par 70. 7,394 yards. Scotty Scheffler, your champion a year ago. Scheffler has 3 straight runner-ups and, won a couple of majors a year ago. Obviously, he's a defending champ. He won at Quail Hollow. Now that, his wife has had the baby, he's, clear of any of that. You think the voters or the bettors absolutely believe it. This is the 13th straight major where he's been the odds-on favorite to win. So you think he's the guy to beat coming up here on Sunday?
Yeah, I think he's due to put a little streak together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'd put my money. Again, he's just been right there. He'll put 4 days together, and we'll see what happens.
How about Rory? A blister. He only played 3 holes yesterday. It seems like whenever he's counted out, all the guy does is win. He hasn't had a top 10 finish at the PGA Championship since he won it at Valhalla back in 2014.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I would say he's easily top 10. I just don't know if he's going to win. We'll see. Again, I think he's been up and down. His preparation here was interesting getting in yesterday, how much they've seen this golf course. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm looking for, who I'm looking for? Again, they can talk about his polarization, his DeChambeau. It's going to be very interesting. I would love to see him in the final 2 groups on Sunday. It would be great for TV. People can talk about his ego and what's going on with Liv or not. But he's great for TV, and it's going to be great to see. And I'd love to see John Rahm up there, and I'd love to see Patrick Reed. I hate to say this, is he playing? Did Patrick Reed qualify?
Oh yeah, Patty Reed is playing. I'm a big fan,
and he's his flat stick. My gosh, be careful.
I'm a big fan of Patrick Reed. I know it's very convenient to dislike him. I happen to be a fan, and DeChambeau finished second in 2024 and ended up being a real exciting end to the PGA Championship. All right, let's wrap it up with Ludwig Oberg. I picked him to win the Players. I picked him to win the Masters. I'm not going to pick him to win the PGA Championship. The Swede has missed both cuts at the PGA Championship. Does that change for him beginning tomorrow?
Yeah, I do think he's playing. I think he's ready to peak. So I think he'll make the cut. Again, is he going to contend? His psyche's still got to be built up. I don't know if he's been in contention enough day in and day out to feel the heat per se. But Cameron will be there. You know who else we're not talking about? He had a decent week. Colin Morikawa.
Oh, no doubt.
To see what he does.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to see what he does.
Right.
So it's going to be a fun week. They're at the old course, 100-year-old golf course, and I'm excited to watch it.
All right. Hey, tell us what's the latest, what's going on. We know whenever there's a major, that means golfers want to come out and play. What's happening at the Wild One there at Cimarron Golf Club?
Well, we're recuperating from 13 inches of rain we all received yesterday.
Right.
So,
no doubt. It was needed, though. Yeah.
Yeah, 100% needed. Maintenance team worked their butts off. As always, even this weekend, again, I would tell golfers appreciate the agronomy team, those guys, frontline guys that are putting it together for you every day, no matter what course you're at. But we are preparing for summertime. We got some maintenance we're doing May 26th, but before then, starting next Monday, Tuesday, all your listeners, we're still doing the $49 golf lunch and a beer on us special Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So just call the golf shop, 904-287-2000, and mention the Wild One package of 1010XL, and we'd love to have you as our guest.
Hey, Rick, always a lot of fun. Thank you so much. We'll catch up later in the week.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you.
There he goes, Rick Shoemaker, the Wild One. Cimarron Golf Club, right there on 210. And, again, they didn't have the best name ever. Their rep really went down the drain. Well, when's the last time you've been there? They've done a magnificent job rebuilding everything there, and it is spectacular. Call me out on it. Go play it and let me know. I think you'll be very, very impressed. $49. What an incredible deal. So make yourself a tee time today. Set things up for you to play with your buddies over at Cimarron Golf Club. Being an agronomist, man, that I got to imagine that's a lot harder than it sounds, right? It's like being a meteorologist. I mean, that's tough business because you think, hey, is it going to rain or not? I mean, stuff happens up in space all the time with wind and what have you. But we've seen agronomists be wrong, and it destroys the golf course. And I'm not talking about where they play on the PGA Tour. I'm talking about local, your local course, whether it's here in Duval or it's anywhere across the country.
And it costs them tens of thousands of dollars, if not more.
But what a decision you have to make if you decide to seed or overseed, or what type of grass you're adding, what type of greens you're putting in, when to cut, when not to cut, when to roll, when not to roll. People complain about the stimp meter, all these things, and yet you have to make the decision. The life expectancy of an agronomist, I would think it'd be right there with being a coach.
Yeah, and I consider myself an expert on grass, but I would never be able to do a job. I'm sure there's plenty of schooling that goes into that.
Sensimilia, Vermont homegrown. I got you. All right, we got much more to do. Thank you to Rick Shoemaker. You can join the program by watching us on 1010XL into the night on YouTube. You can also comment by going to our text line. That is 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
Get Florida Gators play-by-play on 1010XL.
The 19th ranked Gators get tuned up for the SEC tournament by taming the Tigers. Florida LSU. Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday afternoon on 1010 AM.
The weather is heating up, and it's time to drop a line in the water. Gear up today at Green Acres Sporting Goods, Jacksonville's fishing headquarters. From Shimano and Penn Reels to Zoom baits and much more for saltwater and freshwater fishing. They've got everything you need to land the big one. And when your gear needs work, trust their expert rod and reel repair to keep you casting like new. Stop by Green Acres today or shop online at greenacresporting.com.
Welcome to Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why they're North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. Online at keybuickgmc.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This is former NFL quarterback David Garrard. If your knees have taken a beating and you're finally ready to do something about it, then let Southeast Orthopedic take a look. Come on, do your knees a favor.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Ackerman Cancer Center is the community leader in cancer treatment, offering advanced proton therapy treatment for cancers near vital organs or complex, hard-to-reach areas. Take charge of your well-being with AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Tired of changing out bad sod year after year? Get it done right with Roundtree Sod. Big or small, they have it, and always supplied farm fresh. For a lush, legendary green lawn, call 7414-SOD for a free estimate. 7414-SOD.
Budweiser reminds us to drink wiser, like hydrating between beers. It keeps the fun going longer, and it's a commitment to responsibility. Remember, good times are ahead, so no need to overdo it. Know when to say when, and always designate a driver.
Memorial Day weekend is almost here. Time for road trips, family, and honoring those who served. Before you hit the road, make sure your vehicle is ready. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, there's no appointment needed. Just drive in, stay in your car, and in 15 minutes, you're back on the road. Fast, reliable service, backed by a 4.7-star national rating and named #1 Quick Lube for customer service by Forbes. Travel with confidence this Memorial Day. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Quick, easy, and ready when you are.
Renovations are underway at the golf club at Southampton, but that doesn't mean you still can't come out and hone your game. The practice facility is open Tuesday through Sunday with a great membership offer to work on your game year-round. Log on to golfsouthampton.com or check out their Facebook page. Work on your tee game, iron play, shots around the green, and of course your putting. It's all there and a great way to stay fresh until they unveil fresh new greens in October. Check it all out at the golf club at Southampton. Call 287-PLAY.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. What's better than beer? Cold beer. Put your company logo on a custom koozie. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Royal Pest Services, a local company you can trust. Royal Pest is a certified installer of tap insulation, which stands for thermal, acoustic, and pest control. Reduce that electric bill by adding pest protection. It's that easy. Online at royalpestservices.com.
Need or want cash? Beach's Jewelry and Pawn has cash available. Ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Couple of 3-2 games last night. One went to overtime. Vegas, your winner. Hated that they fired Bruce Cassidy, but if they were going to replace him with anyone, I've always been a big fan of John Tortorella. And now up 3-2 in the best of 7 there. Buffalo ties up Montreal. They got two first period goals of the Canadians, but Sabres won a period. They won it 3-2. That was a good game last night. Montreal in the third period, I think they had 30 shots. And Buffalo had, I want to say, 7 shots. And still, the difference in the game. Quality shots. And I've kind of gone back and forth on that over the history of the game about shots on goals, an overrated statistic. To me, it's very comparable to averaging 20 points in the NBA. Do you average 20 points in the NBA when you go, let's say, 7 for 12 and you make, a few free throws, a couple of those buckets are 3-pointers, or do you score 20 points a night when you go 7 for 24 and you get your 20. Same with shots on goal. But if it feels like, especially with the equipment that the goaltenders are wearing, where they just seem to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I guess they haven't. They just look bigger. But I'm seeing more dirty goals now than I ever have. And the reason being is I think defense, and John Cooper's the best of this down the road in Tampa, his team does such a remarkable job of blocking the shooting lanes, all right? And guys just get pelted. And, man, if you don't think it hurts to get hit by a hockey puck, I don't care how much padding you got on there. But they're really doing a great job doing that. But how many of these deciding goals do you see deflect off either the team that scored the goal or the opponent hits them off the shoulder, hits them off the knee, hits a skate? Again, as long as you don't use the skate to knock in the goal, if it hits your skate and you didn't do anything, to try to affect where the puck was going, it's still a goal. So I've changed on that a little bit. We're seeing more and more of some deciding goals in this tournament have been rebounds, and again, a lot of dirty goals. So
now, do you look at the expected goals statistic?
No.
You don't?
No.
Because I know that's very controversial, but I've seen that we're about to have 3 of the top 4 teams in expected goals make it to the next round.
You know what? My brother is a big-time player, and he does well wagering. He played first period overs all year in one because it sat pretty consistent at 1.5. And he thought that the first period in the regular season was going north of 1.5 goals, 2 or over, and he won and he won and he won. He did the exact opposite once the playoffs began. He went under, and he's been winning and winning and winning and winning. So, no, I mean, I get into that a little bit with baseball and a little bit with football. I mean, I feel like I mentioned it, Jaguars related, some of these numbers, but no, I haven't looked at it, but it seems like it's a pretty good betting tool.
Yeah, those are the people who I follow on Twitter. The only time the NHL comes up is because of gambling stuff, and apparently it's the same in soccer. The expected goal statistic is very controversial. People are like, oh, it takes let's say you McDavid takes a shot from a certain place on the ice. They take the amount of times throughout the season that a guy has taken a shot from that exact same spot and scored. And
Amazing.
So you get an expected number for each shot, and then they add that up throughout the game. And it's a good way a barometer of like who's playing well. You might lose a game, and you might only score 2 goals, but you have a expected goals of like 4, and it all sort of evens out at the end of the year.
There are probably nerds out there. You see the guy from Nerds, Revenge of the Nerds died, the guy with the big burp?
No.
Yeah. The guy who had the...
I mean, we're going back. That movie's like 40 years old at this point.
It is, and I'm going to go on record right now. Rosie O'Donnell may have something to say with this, but I'm going to point out that I think this is the greatest burp that we have ever witnessed from Revenge of the Nerds. And they say that Booger came in and he outdid him. Okay, but if you know the guy I'm talking about, I was crushed to see that he had passed away. It was either early this morning or late last night.
Here's the burp.
All right, yeah, let's go to it. Yeah, Rosie O'Donnell's going to have something to say about that. I want to apologize to our listeners. But anyway, he is gone. And I'll dig up a name in our second hour. We're going to bring in John Osher as well.
Donald Gibb.
Donald Gibb, thank you. The Boston Capper, who I talk with quite a bit.
Big golf gambler.
It's all algorithms. Golf especially. And I can see it in golf because look at the new math in golf. I mean, strokes gained, putting, strokes. I mean, go back to a traditionalist in this sport. That was never discussed. And it started with Billy Ball and sabermetrics. And now look at the data that's involved, Pro Football Focus. And again, my favorite thing with Pro Football Focus is that Chris Collinsworth will do a game on Sunday night. He'll tell you that every single player that he is watching is the greatest player that he has ever seen. And then his company on Monday morning will come out and tell you that they completely suck.
They got a 55.
Based on their grades. I mean, it's just awesome. But anyway, before we go to the top of the hour, how's your podcast going with soccer?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, go to YouTube. I'm doing a 1010XL soccer show. We're leading up to the World Cup. It's been a lot of fun. This week we talked about fisticuffs happening in Real Madrid. So, yeah, go to YouTube, 1010XL's YouTube, click on videos, and I'll be probably one of the first 2 on there.
Jaguars coming up next. John Osher joins us.
He's 1010XL's radio road grader, Leon Searcy. Noon to 2 weekdays on 1010XL.
Ballou here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Longer days, warmer nights, and a backyard that brings everyone together. Spring and summer in Florida means pool days, backyard barbecues, and night swims under the stars. Pick it here. For nearly 50 years, Surfside Pools has been creating the backdrops for life's best memories. From weekly service and repairs to remodels, commercial maintenance, and new pool construction, Surfside does it all. Ready to float happy? SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools. Summer starts here. License number CPC 044080.
Sent in, and Sporting Jacks breaks through first. For the latest on Jacksonville's pro soccer teams, join the Sporting Jacks Coaches Show, presented by Honda of the Avenues, every Tuesday night at 6 on 1010 AM and 1010XL.com.
Right now, Renewal by Anderson is giving you the power to choose. For a limited time, pick the offer that works best for you. Take 20% off your entire window and door project, or enjoy 24 months of special financing. That's no money down, no payments, and no interest for 2 full years. Our energy-efficient windows and doors keep your home cooler in the Florida heat, reduce drafts, and can help lower your energy bills. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 1527613.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
You love your land, and you have plans for it. During Kubota Orange Days, you'll love the great deals on their versatile, reliable lineup, helping you turn dream projects into reality. Visit your Kubota dealer today for the best deals of the year. Now through June 30th, 0 down and up to 84 months financing available. And save up to $3,500 off select compact tractors. Sale ends soon. Stop by your local dealer or go to gokubota.com. Coastal Equipment on New Kings Road and in McClenny.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out of pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Spend a night in the big 80s. It's the ultimate Bon Jovi tribute. Don Jovi playing all the hits. A high-energy performance that'll blow your mind. Don Jovi. Friday, May 15th at Thrasher Horn Center. Tickets start at just $24. Don't miss Don Jovi live.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. It's time for Oh No's with Jaguars.com's John Osher. Oh no. Oh, really? Oh yeah.
John Osher is our guest. He is the senior writer at Jaguars.com. A lot of people asking me about New England coming here on opening day. I've seen it a lot in the Boston market. Now Jordan Schultz is saying it's going to be a rematch of the Super Bowl. New England is going to Seattle on opening day. So that is already leaked, so you can cross that one off. Of course, it was announced earlier today. Jags will play back-to-back in London. You knew that. It's Philly and it's Houston. Let's bring in John Osher. How you doing, John?
Good, Rick. And it's, until I see official, these things are always anybody's guess. So, No idea. It'd be a cool opener, but we'll see. I've always thought that this is it's the easiest thing for fans to predict, and even media to predict and say they know, but everybody's wrong on the schedule every year until it comes out.
Yeah. And I'm sure, because I get it, I'm sure people tell you that they have the schedule and they send it to you, and I get them. And so I want to read this to you real quick because it's hilarious. I got this one the other day. It says the Jags home opener will be against the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday Night Football. Okay.
Nailed it. Good work.
Of course, the lights are down and they're playing in London. And then you get to week 4, it gets even better. Okay. Houston, Thursday Night Football right here in Duval.
Wow. Yeah.
So there you go.
He got it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so, yeah, that's, it is one of the weirdest things because I will get people doing the same thing, emailing me these schedules and saying, hey, I know this to be true. And there are times where, like, I'll hear 1 or 2 games, some years, not this year, that I know are true. And I'm looking at these schedules going, okay, well, clearly people just guess, and it's the way of the world these days. And so it comes out soon enough. I'll say that.
Have no problem with playing Philadelphia in London. Houston, I think, is a bad call there for Jacksonville, a bad team to play. I mean, we all saw what happened last year at Houston. So playing those 2 games there and in London, I think the short straw was the case here for the Jags.
Yeah, I guess when you play 2 over there, which is sort of what they had to lock into to make the whole stadium 2-year plan work, when you play 2 over there, you start getting into an area where, there's a good chance one of them is going to be a division game. And I get that that's the biggest division game, but, when you have that many that are locked in over there, sometimes you're not going to get what the fans want. I'm not sure that the team is as upset about that as some fans I've seen are.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the next couple of years, there's some less than ideal stuff because the stadium's got to get done.
Yeah.
And they just got to deal with it. And a big thing is going to be when the schedule does come out, whatever it looks like. And again, I don't know. But all of a sudden, it's going to look, wait a minute, there's only 6 games in Jacksonville. Well, we already knew that. But then when you see it over a 17-game schedule, it's not many. So they got to deal with that. The good news is they were really good away from home last year. So I think they're a team that can withstand that. But that's going to be a sticker shock item tomorrow because all of a sudden you're going to see 3 in Duval, 11 somewhere else, and it's going to seem very real. Again, I think the good news is this team handles that sort of thing pretty well under Liam Cohen.
John Osher, I guess, senior writer, Jaguars.com, rookie minicamp this past Saturday at the Miller Electric Center. The schedule will be released coming up tomorrow night. I think about the owners, and I know it's secretive, but, there's been certain owners where they ask for a lot, whether it's the Roger Goodell or anyone else in power or influence. I don't know about Shad Khan and how much he is asked. And, I guess the big thing that comes out of this is the bye after both games in London. Are you at the point now where anything outside of the bye would be a surprise?
Meaning right after London?
Yes.
Yeah, because usually when teams want that, if you want the bye right after, and I could be speaking out of turn because I haven't talked to obviously every team, but I think in the years that the Jaguars have done it, if you want the bye right after you get back from London, you usually get it. So there's a couple of years where the Jaguars didn't. Under Doug Peterson, I think there was a couple of years where they decided they didn't want the bye as early in the season, as that would have put it.
Mm-hmm.
But last year, I think this organization did want the bye right after. So I would anticipate they would get that.
Yeah.
Only because again, if memory serves, I think most teams get that if they want it. Although with the league going to more international games, it may be tougher for them to always give that to teams moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I know the answer to that one.
Yeah, it's interesting. And last question on this. I also happen to be with the lights down. If they get a primetime game, it's on the road. And
No. There's no. They can have primetime games.
What's that now?
They'll have temporary lighting up by the time the season starts.
They will have temporary lighting up.
Yeah, I actually asked about this last week. I'd heard it before early in the season. I've gotten questions. There's nothing. They can have primetime games from the first part of the preseason to the end of the season to the championship game if it's hosted here.
Really? Really?
Yeah. By league rule, even if they didn't make primetime game, you have to have lighting in case there's rain, in case there's an overcast day. Yeah, they'll have lights and there'll be primetime game. I don't know if they'll have primetime game, but they'll be able to if the league wants to put them here.
All right, that's good to know. All right, that changes things a little bit then, as far as I am concerned. Okay, let's. I appreciate you telling us that. What did you get out of Jaguars rookie minicamp? Anything at all?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I want to have something to analyze, so you sort of look for stuff. So Pregnon clearly looked the part. I like the way Regis looked, because they're size guys. You can notice it. I like the way the tight ends ran. You can sort of visualize Workature. I don't want to say Brenton Strange light, but sort of that same body type. I can remember when I first saw Brenton Strange a few years back. Wow, this kid looks like an NFL player. Workature struck me the same way. I thought the receivers ran well. All the stuff you want to see. But, we also watched them for an hour where 11 on 11 was a snap and a step.
Uh-huh.
So there's no competition going on. So it's really hard to, with a straight face, say I saw something and loved it. But what you don't want is for somebody to just look and you get worried about it immediately. From asking around, they liked what they saw. But this is very much a group that Liam Cohen, as much as anybody I've ever been around, will come out and say, hey, we don't know anything about these lines until they start hitting.
Mm-hmm.
So they are very, very good to me about saying, hey, you can see all you want during OTA, but we're not going to sugarcoat it. What matters is when training camp starts. So that's not a great answer. I think Aguilar looked good. It looked like he knew what he was doing a little bit. I think he would stick. Jamari Taylor from Virginia looks like he's a guy who'd be on the practice squad and contribute. That's the early stuff, but guess what? I didn't know B.J. Green this time last year.
No.
and Danny Strighouse. So
yeah.
I anticipate there'll be guys make it. But do we know yet? I think that'll be first week of training camp news.
Guy who had a great training camp a year ago was Jaquindon Jackson, the running back who was let go. I'm not afraid to come out and admit it. I understand it's a crowded room. You just mentioned the undrafted rookie out of Virginia, and as well they brought in Amir Abdullah. But this one caught me by surprise.
Yeah, I was a little surprised, maybe not shocked, because, I guess it wasn't quite on my radar enough to be shocked. I know when they went out and got DJ Dallas and some of the moves they made late last year, made you think that maybe they liked him better in training camp than they did as the season went on, meaning Jaquindon Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I do know just from reading about and watching a little bit of Taylor, sometimes as running back, hey, you get him in 1 year, you figure out what you got, and then you just keep that spot young. I know Taylor was liked a lot by a lot of people late round. So they may just feel like they got an upgrade there and decided it was time to move on.
Yeah. Hey, let's wrap with this. I had an opportunity to catch up with Tanner Koziol after the workout on Saturday at the Miller Electric Center. 250 pounds. Johnny looked to me like he weighed 220. I just can't imagine what it would be like once he gets really into the strength and conditioning and, add good weight to that frame, what he could be like in, let's say, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, and to me, that happens a lot in the NFL. Guys at those kind of spots really transform in a year or two. Fifth-round pick, you would hope you could get a little bit out of him this year, maybe add a wrinkle. Like we've been talking about, the tight end thing is still clearly the off-season storyline around here now. But, yeah, the thing you keep hearing, everybody you talk to about him, amazing hands for a fifth-round tight end. After the fifth round, teams look for traits. Give me something that makes me think this guy could make it. That's a very good formula for a tight end making it, having hands and then adding the body once he gets here. So tight end, Rick, it's the year of the tight end.
Yes, it is. 12 personnel, 13 personnel, much more of it coming. Liam Cohen spoke on that. Make sure you read everything from John Osher, including we all expect his post-schedule analysis coming up. That'll be on Jaguars.com. Thanks, John.
All right, Rick. See you, buddy.
There he goes. Running back is probably, with receiver, the hardest position to really analyze when you're watching them not hit. Now, unlike John, I really don't have an opinion on Pregnon or the defensive linemen because if they're not in the ditch and they're not doing anything, I really don't watch. I watch skill guys. These running backs all look good, okay? I remember Rock Armstead, 5 years ago, looking really good. They're supposed to look good. And, they're oftentimes, every once in a while, you'll see something special who's head and shoulders above the rest. But, last year at this point, when Etienne and Tank and Allen Jr. and Tootin and Jackson, if you rewind the tape from a year ago, and I'm talking about in July now, late July when camp starts, they all look good. And that's hard to, it's hard to break away from. When I started in this 35 years ago, under Bobby Bowden, you could look at an 18-year-old freshman and say, he's not ready. And remember, that was an era when maybe 2 or 3 true freshmen played. You redshirted most of your kids. There was a clear difference between a true freshman, a redshirt freshman, and say, a junior or senior. Where when you get here, there's not a huge difference. And there's been plenty of running backs and wide receivers over the years that I've thought have looked good here who've been flat out cut. That's why I always say it. I think being a scout, and in this case, being advanced, being a general man, that is a brutal, brutal job. Very difficult job. Look how many guys get cut and make it on other organizations. Look how many undrafted players end up making rosters and performing well. All right, we got much more to do. With you tonight till 8 o'clock.
The soundtrack of Jacksonville Sports Day.
Responsible for making people smile.
1010XL.
When you're injured, you need more than legal advice. You need someone who truly cares. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, I take pride in what we do. You're never just another case. We take the time to listen, guide you through the process, and fight for your recovery every step of the way. And remember, you pay nothing unless we win. Zip, nada, nothing. Learn more at CampioneLaw.com. Offices, Jacksonville and St. Augustine.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
If a birthday or anniversary is looming in your immediate future, take care of it today by ordering a floral arrangement online at CuneFlowers.com. You'll be the star of their day. This is Frank Frangie. Take it from me. An arrangement from Cune Flowers works like magic.
Alert! Alert! Termite swarms are active right now in Jacksonville, and once they get inside, damage can happen fast. Termites don't knock, they silently attack the structure of your home, leaving behind costly repairs and long-term headaches. Protect what you've worked hard for with the proven protection homeowners trust. Terminix it with advanced termite treatment and prevention solutions. Visit Terminix.com and schedule your free termite inspection today.
Bring your home back to life with Zero Res, a fresher clean that you can actually feel. This month, take 25% off all services, hardwood tile, LVP, carpet, air ducts, and more. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com and tell them 1010XL sent you.
The Jaguars Foundation is hosting an intimate evening of community and conversation at the Sports and Culture Speaker Series. Join us June 2nd and 3rd to hear exclusive perspectives from Jaguars leadership, including Mark Lamping, Tony Baselli, head coach Liam Cohen, and general manager James Gladstone, as they talk culture, leadership, and building a lasting legacy on and off the field. To be part of the conversation, visit jaguars.com/community/events.
Checkmate. I'm Brendan Cecilia from Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, his adorable chessman sidekick.
There are two things you want to ask when getting a custom polymer garage floor coating. Will it be done right, and will it be priced right?
And just how charming is their mascot?
No. At Checkmate, our small specialized install teams follow a strict 29-point installation checklist
to ensure the highest quality results at a price you can afford.
A Checkmate polyaspartic floor can be customized in dozens of colors and sweeps up sparkling clean in just seconds.
No need to wear your shoes in the garage to avoid tracking dirt back into the house.
The quality you expect?
Check. A price that might surprise you.
Check. A floor you just can't wait to show your friends? Checkmate!
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit CheckmateCoatings.com. That's CheckmateCoatings.com.
Hi, Frank Frangie here, inviting you to join my wife and me June 22nd of 2027 as we experience the food, wine, and culture of iconic Italy with Colette. Our journey takes us to historic cities and enchanting medieval towns. We'll enjoy a wonderful 7-night stay in the Montecatini Term A famous resort and spa town nestled in the heart of the rolling hills of Tuscany. Visit the cultural treasures of Florence, Pisa, and lovely Lucca. Along the way, we'll discover the food, wine, and old world charm, and even have a special chef-led cooking class. This and so much more. Colette handles the details, flights, hotels, meals, and the local experiences. Your only job is to have the time of your life. Don't miss joining my wife and me in Italy. Now, to learn more, visit 1010XL.com or call Colette at 800-581-8942.
Come away with me.
That's 1010XL.com or call Colette at 800-581-8942.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Women and children first. Such an underrated album. Album number 3 from Van Halen. David Lee Roth, so good. Recorded really, really, really bad live. There's no other way to say it. Hey, looking forward to seeing you out at Journey this Saturday night. That's going to be a lot of fun. Apparently, this is their farewell tour. I love farewell tours.
Can we get odds on them coming back for another farewell tour? Does Kalshi do that? One of these random betting sites?
Not sure. I remember when Elton did his farewell tour.
He's done a few.
On back-to-back nights here in Jacksonville was Elton John and then The Who.
Whoa.
Back-to-back nights. And it was absolutely...
What happened to us as a city? Now we get cover bands of everyone.
I don't know. A couple buddies have rung me and like, what about Tedeschi Trucks? You got like, well, I'm not going to decide until the schedule comes out. You know, I want to see if I'm in town, if I'm not in town. I haven't had those conversations yet. Last year I covered 6 roadies, I think 5 the year prior. We'll see. We need to get to something incredibly important here. First things first, and this is the truth. There's no place I'd rather be than right here on 92.5 FM, talking to you brilliant human beings in Duval. However, if I had an option and I could use it say a transfer option, I'd have my elbows buried into the bar at the Blue Crab House right now. Do you realize that on Wednesday they have $1 steamed oysters?
Oh.
$1 right there. The Blue Crab House. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe going there on Saturday before the Journey concert. But if I go to the Blue Crab House, man, I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna eat and eat and eat and eat and I'm gonna feel tired and sluggish. All right, so I take gummies and then I eat after the concert. That doesn't really do me a lot of good. I'm not in a position right now where I'm basically, I took a walk yesterday.
Oh, good for you.
Well, I take a walk every day.
Okay.
If I didn't, I'd weigh 250 pounds. But I experienced like this out-of-body type of deal.
Was this like morning?
This is mid in the afternoon. It was 95 degrees. And then I got dizzy and began to stumble. And the only way I can explain this is like when you are totally, absolutely wasted, drunk.
You were dehydrated.
And I almost fell over into someone's front lawn. And we've got agronomists here calling us now, superintendents on our text line. This is unbelievable. I love you people. I really, really do. So I just regathered myself, came back home, and
did you take a knee or like?
No, I walked it off.
Okay, good.
There's too many people who know who I am around there. So I just came back and I started drinking a Mr. Pibb. I figured that was the best thing for me.
Yeah, if your neighbors saw you in someo's lawn,
they conveniently
probably
look the other
wouldn't
way.
just assume it was dehydration. They might think something else.
Right, they'd look
Something
the other
more
way.
nefarious.
Let him die right there in our
Drunk
neighbor's lawn.
Ballou's at it again.
Yeah. Actually, I haven't had soda in forever. I came back and had some water. But we've had a young lady call and say that we were wrong on the burp.
Yes.
That it wasn't
that we
Ogre?
mixed up the actors. No, she's saying Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds died. And she's right. His name is Donald Gibb. He also played the guy, Jean-Claude Van Damme's friend in Bloodsport. The one who gets sent to the hospital by Chung Lee. But I don't know if he's the one who actually does the burping.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There's no doubt. I mean, it's him against Booger. You talk about great matchups
so maybe
that we've
she
seen.
thought we said that Booger died.
Well,
when
Booger
really it
won
was
the contest.
Ogre died.
No.
Okay.
It was Ogre. I mean, you can Shemaev, Strickland me. You can do anything. But you give me Booger against Ogre in a burp contest in Revenge of the Nerds, and that is some of the greatest theater ever recorded on film.
So then it's my fault because I only played one burp, and it was not Ogre's burp.
Oh,
I played.
Yeah, Booger's burp.
Booger. I originally did play Booger's burp.
Oh, you did?
Yes, but now I'm gonna find Ogre's.
We need to find while you're at it, find Rosie O'Donnell's burp.
Here
Please.
we go.
All right, here we go.
Have Ogre.
Here we go. This is Ogre, who passed yesterday. Pretty upset about that here.
Not working?
Oh, is it a no volume deal?
Oh my god!
I love it. My brother and I, when we get together, we always, when we're drilling beers, if one of us burps, we always give the head shake at the end of the burp, the way that Ogre does it in Revenge of the Nerds. It's again, it's incredible stuff. But boy, he passed. He was fairly young, man. He was only
71.
That's young.
Is it?
It is. Absolutely. If you told me right now you can sign up for 71, I'd say pass, even though I nearly keeled over in my neighbor's front yard taking a walk yesterday. I'm still going to take my chances.
God, I'd take 71 in a second.
When it's all said and done. 8661 Blue. I'm a superintendent at a golf course in Jags. Thanks for giving us a little credit. I appreciate it. My first day off this year will be Saturday, only because we got some rain Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday. You guys work incredibly hard. And, one of my best buds ever, I talked about the Who in town a few years ago. Unfortunately, he was gone, but Doug Zani was the former assistant super over at Pablo Creek, and he was also instrumental in the redoing and building of the Atlantic Beach Country Club. He told me the best part of the day was watching the sunrise. And he was out of Pablo Creek for, I think, 19 years. Unfortunately, we lost him. And, I still have the photo of 3 guys I went to the concert with. They're all gone. And Fat Pat from Cleveland, Doug Zani, and the Godfather, Jim Kane, 3 of my really good friends, all went away. What about Belushi's burp from Animal House? Not good, but that pales in comparison to him pouring mustard all over himself for no reason and grabbing the guy's guitar and just shredding it. I mean, just destroying it.
Classic.
We can't get the burp, huh?
No, there's a YouTube video with both burps, 0 volume. But all the YouTube videos that have volume only have the burp winner, which is not Ogre.
That's awful.
It is. And I apologize to the listeners.
No.
Blame YouTube.
All right. Is there any way, just for the sake of people who are demanding this right now, is there any way we can hear Booger's burp one more time? Or is that...
Oh, yeah, I could find Booger's burp.
Because, listen, we want to give the people what they want. And I can't find you the Rosie O'Donnell burp. We can't find you Ogre's burp. But remember, Ogre goes up. The coach is next to him. Remember, the coach comes out and says, you practice, you play, then the girls come, then the cars come, and they run off the field. They didn't practice because we've got the right, because I think they put a bunch of, they put like hot sauce in their jocks. And
classic.
Ogre's sitting next to the coach. He drinks like 42 ounces of beer and lets out what I think is the greatest burp of all time, only to be outdone by one of the nerds, Booger. Booger. Whatever happened to him? Remember, he was in Risky Business, and he's like, well, look at you. You're going to Harvard? It was like Tom Cruise's cameo. I don't know if that was Cruise's cameo. But...
Curtis Armstrong.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't heard of that guy he's totally bald now. Wow. And look anything like he once did.
He's still around.
He was in like Moonlighting and stuff like that. But, 0602, my son has decided to transfer from Auburn, Alabama for turf school to become a golf course superintendent. Outstanding. I love that. I think it'd be a great field. I didn't realize you worked that hard. I do know that working at a country club, working at a golf course, that is taxing. Those are some long, long hours. You got to love it. And it's like everything else in the world. I mean, you bring in a new pro, you bring in a pro from somewhere else, and they're going to want to make the changes. It's like when you bring in a new general manager or anyone else in decision-making. The good news is around here, there's a ton of golf courses. I compared them to coaches a little bit earlier, but, if you're a coach, I was looking at Lawrence Dawsey the other day because, Lawrence Dawsey was part of the Fab Four when I went to school. They loved it. They called them the Fab Four. They like their leading receiver had like 25 receptions. It was like such a different game in the late, but it was what? Bruce Lesane, Jacksonville's Ronnie Lewis, who also played left field for the Seminoles, next to Dion, who played center. Bruce Lesane, and Lawrence Dawsey, I think I said Terry Anthony. And it was a very good wide receiving core. But I was looking at Dawsey, and I was looking at this, and he had a nice career. Then he's been a coach. He made some good money at Florida State. I think his high was, did he get up to $700,000? It might have been like 5.5 a year. And then he went to Appalachian State after he was fired. He's now at Jacksonville State. And his salary was like $58,000 as a coach. And I'm like, holy, you got to love the game to basically be taking 1/10 of what you were making a couple of years ago at Florida State. And everyone's different. I mean, who knows about? I mean, he's going to get a great pension. He played in the league for a while, and everyone handles their finances differently. But I don't know if you can look at a situation like that and say he loves coaching. He's going to keep doing it regardless of what he's getting paid. Others could say, well, he has to. He needs the cash. Again, I don't know. But I think it's a real interesting deal because it's happened to a ton of coaches where you wake up one day and they're no longer there, particularly position coaches. Got to end up leaving town. Burp snort from grown-ups. Not familiar there. Will Ferrell is another elephant, another good burp. Okay. Someone getting on me here about Vermont homegrown. I may know a few people that used to cross the line from Massachusetts to Vermont to get a big old glad bag full.
Wow.
Of Vermont homegrown.
So it's just so much better just over the border. Interesting.
No, I think it was the only place they could get it. Massachusetts is a weird place now. You can't buy beer, at least you can only get it in package stores. And they're not open on Sunday, so you'd have to cross the line and go over to, seriously, you'd have to go over to Nashua, New Hampshire on Sunday to get beer. People in Boston aren't smart enough to realize that you may want to stock up. You can't stock up in Boston because your knucklehead friends are going to drink it all anyway, so you have to make your trip to Nashua on Sunday.
Yeah, the city I'm from, Ocala, it's still, you can't buy liquor on Sundays. Still. I mean, you can buy beer.
Really?
Yep.
I hate to say this, but I'm just going to do it because I want to admit at how wrong I was previously in my life and how I've learned from it now. But I remember I did a Florida State Clemson baseball series in Clemson. It was a Friday, I think it was a Saturday, Sunday, Mondays. I don't remember what it was. Okay, it was a different series. And I had to drive there. Yeah, I did it with the late Lee Bond. I only did big games, Georgia Tech, Clemson, Florida, Miami, whatever. Jim Crosby did the home games with the late Lee Bond. I did some road games. I do my regular show, 4 to 7, and then go on and do that. So we're driving back from Clemson. It must have been on a Sunday. And we go through the state of Georgia, and that was at a point in my life where I wasn't driving. My buddy Seminole Bill drive the whole way. He didn't drink.
God bless him.
Let's pull into a store, get some beers. No alcohol on Sunday in Georgia.
The whole state?
Yes.
That's got to have changed.
And it happened to me like 20 years later coming back from the Masters. Okay? 2013, the Masters, no alcohol in the state of Georgia. Now, I don't know if they've changed those laws now or if it only, applies to some counties. I'm not going to get into laws and things, but it's really, really odd how things can change from county to county to county. I guess I can understand state to state, but county to county? As you said, certain places in Ocala, you're not allowed to buy on Sunday. What does it say about Georgia?
Georgia, so in 2011, there was a referendum that is now allowing Sunday sales, though some, quote, dry jurisdictions still exist. But yeah, only from 12:30 p.m. to 12:30 to 11:30 on Sundays sell beer and wine.
All right. I almost got into it with a Dominican. We almost threw hands on the boat. You know why? You know what his rule was? You know what the rule is in the Dominican Republic?
Oh, there's no rules. I know that.
Well, there's one. Okay. I went straight up and I was like, Presidente Light, please. He says, oh, no. We can't give you beer until we drop the anchor. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You want me to get in the water with the sharks? I need beer and beer and beer and beer. Said sorry. I whipped the 20 out, put it there. Didn't matter.
Wow.
Yeah. They play by the rules in the Dominican Republic. That's what I like.
A new season is coming, and so is the big reveal. Join 1010XL all day Thursday for the big reveal. Set up by Renewal by Anderson, custom windows and doors, and Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, septic and air conditioning.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnik Buick GMC is proud to be the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville, earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness. All part of Nimnik's Treating You Right guarantee. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnik. For 3 generations, Nimnik has been the place customers keep coming back to. They treat you right, and they give a bunch back to the community. Visit NimnikBuickGMC.com today to learn more or visit their showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
Rotator cuff injuries are common among athletes and those who have physically demanding careers. Don't let this injury keep you away from the sport you love. Dr. George Barry here, and the first thing you need to do with a serious shoulder injury is to diagnose where the damage is and how significant it is. Rotator cuff tears are either acute tears sustained during an injury or accident, or degenerative tears. If you're interested in learning more about rotator cuff repair and how our expert team of orthopedic surgeons can help you, call Barry Orthopedics today or visit barryorthopedics.com.
Looking for a real career with great pay and full benefits? Prosser here for Julington Creek Pest Control. As a growing, family-owned company that cares about its employees, they're hiring lawn technicians in the Jacksonville area. No experience required. This is a salaried position with top industry pay. Full benefits, a 401k match, and paid training. Apply today at JulingtonCreekPestControl.com. Julington Creek Pest Control. Our family serving yours since 1984.
Equal opportunity employer.
Tired of wrestling with your shower curtain like it's a fight for the last slice of pizza? Ditch the drama and say hello to a smooth, stylish glass shower enclosure from Baker Glass. Wago Glass is clean, elegant, and makes your bathroom look huge and brighter. Give your shower a makeover and feel like you're in a spa without the price tag. I'm Mac at Baker Glass. Call me and get ready to love your new shower. Let's make your shower great again. Remember, Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Ballou here for the Ballou Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Julington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Ballou Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Ballou Crab House.
Memorial Day, friends, family, great food is what we look forward to all year. But when your septic system decides it wants to be part of the conversation, yeah, nobody wants that. Getting a pump out now is a smart move before things get, let's just say, uncomfortable. Duck Duck Rooter, Northeast Florida's only master septic contractor. They've seen it all, and they get it right the first time. Right now, get $50 off septic tank pumping. Keep the memories, not the mess. When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like customer service associate at a dry cleaning shop.
Yeah, hi. I'm here to pick up my suit.
Ah, yes. Here you go.
There must be a mistake. This is too small.
It shrunk a whole lot. Look on the bright side. Now you have a suit you can give to a child.
This is a job for Sponsored Jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed Sponsored Jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice!
It's showtime! That's right! The whole world loves Beetlejuice! It's a rowdy, rambunctious, rollicking good time! And a big, fantastical funhouse! We're raising the bar and occasionally the dead! You've never seen anything quite like Beetlejuice! May 12th through the 17th, Jacksonville Center for the Performing Arts. Tickets on sale at fscjartistseries.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
They will tee off at 6:45 in the morning. It will be the 108th PGA Championship. And 156 players are getting after it. We do know that the defending champion is Scotty Scheffler. He is also the odds-on favorite to win it this year. Did you pick earlier who you think is going to win it this season?
Not necessarily who I thought was going to win because it's sort of like a who takes who first kind of thing. But if I had to pick a guy to win, it would be Scotty freaking Scheffler.
Yeah. Tough to go against that.
But if I wouldn't, I really like Oberg's chances this week. Even though, like you said, he missed a couple, the last 2 PGA championship cuts. I think that this course sets up well for him. You know, he's a really good short game, so I'm going to go with Oberg as the if Scotty doesn't win guy.
I'm 0 for 2. I picked him at the Players. I picked him at the Masters. So I'm not going to go with him again. If I was a betting man, I would put Bones on Scheffler. To me, it came down to 2 guys. All right. Very familiar with what we saw here at the Players. Matt Fitzpatrick and Cam Young. I'm going to go Cam Young here. I am.
Those 2 are the hottest guys on the planet, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, with him, it's either going to be he's on or he's not on. 19 majors for Cam Young. Okay. And he's, you know, obviously one of the guys you look at who's next to win a major. In the 19 that he has played, he has 7 top 10s and he has 12 outside of the top 30. So it's either a big paycheck for him or you just kind of playing out your Sunday round. We'll see what happens here, but I'll take Cam Young.
But he's never been as hot as this.
No.
Never.
Neither has Matt Fitzpatrick.
Oh, yeah. Even when he won the U.S. Open, he wasn't as hot as this.
Fitzy was tied for 8th last year at Coyle Hollow.
Okay.
What do you think that Philadelphia fan base is going to do to him?
Yeah, that's an interesting thing because the Euros have been kicking our ass.
Right.
Not only in the Ryder Cup, but in every single major. And, of course, the Players, we saw what happened. Cam ended up winning, but we all know that everybody was against Matt Fitzpatrick.
Tell you what, here's something that you should think about out there, listeners. It's a very good question that I received in the 4704. I'm not going to answer it right now because I don't have time. Hacker's coming up in just a few. But this rolled in. It says, Ballou, would you take a whole season of home games in London if it meant never playing there again? And I guess I lied. I will give you my answer in 10 seconds. Yes.
Yeah.
Next year.
Instead of going be in Orlando.
Instead of going to Orlando, play the games next year in London, and then never go there again.
Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
I just got another NBA offer from Hard Rock Bet.
A Hard Rock Bet promo at the Hard Rock Bet Party? That is so meta.
That's not meta. That's Meta World Peace. Meta. Tell them about Hard Rock Bet.
Hard Rock Bet has it all. Live odds for every NBA game, every player prop, same game parlays, you name it. It's the only place I play these days.
Okay, now that is meta.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
What's happening, beautiful people? ET here. Let me tell you about a little something that's happening right here in my side of town in Fleming Island. Encore Research Group is advancing the future of medicine through clinical research studies focused on weight loss, diabetes, hypertension, and more. Their team of multi-specialty doctors are proudly serving folks in Fleming Island, Green Coast Springs, and Middleburg. If you ever wondered whether a research study might be right for you, find out at EncoreDocs.com to see if you qualify. Encore Research Group. The future of medicine starts here.
Frank Frangie here. When you're inside the Kuhn Flowers showroom, you'll find a wide array of gift ideas that will take care of any gift-giving situation. Spend a few minutes there, and you'll see for yourself. That's Kuhn Flowers on Beach Boulevard.
Don't ignore plumbing leaks. They can lead to mold and mildew or structural damage and drain your wallet. So when you have a leak and can't wait a week, call Roland Reich Plumbing. PlumbingJacksonville.com.
In Jacksonville, we love our sports. You might say we flip out over them. Football, baseball, soccer, hockey, basketball, golf, and there's our outdoor game, fishing, surfing, and just chilling. There's so much to do, it will make your head spin. But keep your cap on because Visit Jacksonville has you covered. Check out visitjacksonville.com/locals or download the Visit Jax app and stay on the ball for all the upcoming sports events in Jax. Go local, go sports. Jacksonville, the flip side of Florida.
I know you love sports, so why not take that passion and make a difference in your community as a volunteer coach with the YMCA? Whether it's soccer, basketball, volleyball, or flag football, the Y is always looking for positive role models to help kids grow in both skills and character. Even if you've got no coaching experience, that's fine. We'll provide the training. Step up, give back, and be the coach that makes a difference. To volunteer, visit your local Y or fcymca.org.
Good people drink good beer, and great people drink Mokama, a refined craft brewery out of Fernandina Beach, Florida. Mokama Beer Company brings sophisticated flagship beers, including Cosmico IPA and Dune Garden Lager, to the greater Jacksonville area. Whether you're hitting the water with friends or enjoying a backyard barbecue, Mokama has the perfect pair for your summer activities. Look for us wherever great beers are sold and find your Mokama.
Southwest Greens is the OG of artificial turf in North Florida. Stop mowing and start chipping or putting or just relaxing with a beautiful backyard, maintenance free. Log on to southwestgreensofjacksonville.com to see what they can do to your backyard.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, big night coming up. Game 5 in Colorado. The Avalanche can move on to the Western Conference Finals with a victory over the Wild. Also tonight in the NBA, a huge game number 5. This will be in the Motor City, Detroit, favored by 4.5 points against Cleveland. Again, they're locked at 2 apiece. That'll be at Little Caesars Arena, downtown Detroit. Didn't spend a lot of time in downtown Detroit. I typically left and went across over to Windsor, Canada, which you'll be greeted by a lot of nice sights the second you get through the tunnel. How you doing, Hacker Nation?
I'm good. Not that I'm going to spend a lot of time on this, but since you brought it up, I'll ask you. So the Carolina Hurricanes swept their series like 3 days ago, and Buffalo and Montreal are now tied 2-2. Carolina's going to go like almost 2 weeks in between playoff series. How did the National Hockey League let that happen?
Well, Carolina's 8-0.
Yeah.
They've allowed 10 goals in 8 games. Rod Brind'Amour is but first of all, Rod Brind'Amour should be in the Hall of Fame as a player, but he is a fantastic coach. And you ask anyone in any sport, they love the time off. We saw baseball a couple of years ago. Those who got the bye struggled. We've seen it in college football. Those who got the bye struggled. I don't necessarily think that Montreal, Buffalo playing 7 games, even though with the bumps and the bruises, might be in better shape than Carolina. The NHL, that's the way they schedule the playoffs. I mean, they just went by the seeding, so there's really no other way around it.
In the history of the NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball, these best-of-7 series that these sports do, I just can never remember a time where a team literally is going to have 10 or 12 days off. Yeah. And that's what Carolina is going to have. I mean, that is just a wild scenario to think about.
It almost as if we've seen more attrition in the NBA playoffs this year than the NHL playoffs.
Yeah, well, you got the Knicks. The Knicks are a prime example. They're going to be waiting over a week, too, it looks like, because they're already waiting. In tonight's Game 5, 2-2, Cleveland-Detroit. At earliest, the series would end, I guess, Friday or Saturday.
Right. Oklahoma City waiting. We saw San Antonio go up in the best of 5 a night ago. All right, best of 7, but now through 5 games. You got a lot of thoughts coming up on the Jaguars' schedule. We know that. What else you got planned tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to sound off like a lot of us have. The fact that the Houston game is in London is absolutely ridiculous. And I have a lot of passionate thoughts about that I will share. Also, and we've talked about this a little bit, but boy, Florida's getting John Summerall out there. I mean, he's doing the rounds on TV in all the major cities in the state. He's doing all the podcasts you can possibly find. He's been on 1010XL. He's doing all the sports radio stations in the state. They have made a concentrated effort to get John Summerall out there. I know you got passionate thoughts about Mike Norvell, and that's almost the exact opposite with Florida State. But it's as if Florida knows they needed some positive PR, and they are doing a coaching blitz media circuit with John Summerall.
And it's working.
Yes, it is.
It is. Have a fun show.
Thanks, Rick.
It's not working for Mike Norvell. He didn't do any local interviews. He didn't do anything, even though he was, at Amelia Islands. Didn't do it. Instead, today, he came in and played the exclusive Glenn Kernan with very wealthy Florida State Seminole boosters. He basically said to you normal Florida State fans, see ya. I'm not going to waste my time with you. I'll get with these highbrow guys, though, see if I can get them to give me some more money. I need to add a porch on to my 12-bedroom home. That's going to do it. Thank you to Rick Shoemaker. Thank you to John Osher. JJ LaSelva. I'm Rick Ballou. We'll talk tomorrow at 6.
Achieving greatness